It was a crisp autumn evening in 1990 when 41-year-old Tyler sat on his porch, his fingers tracing the edges of the few coins left in his tattered hands. With his wife Alice and their son Bobby at home, their pantry was bare and they were out of money. As he sipped his coffee, a wave of helplessness washed over him. His eyes wandered to the towering willow trees outside, and an idea sparked. "I can sell these logs to get some cash for groceries and gas," he thought, grabbing an axe from the garage. Tyler swung the axe, each thud echoing through the quiet evening. As he hacked away, a crumpled piece of paper tumbled out from one of the tree trunks. Intrigued, Tyler unfolded it and read the chilling message. "This treasure is cursed. Please get rid of it." Ignoring the warning, Tyler slipped the paper into his pocket and peered into the hollow of the tree. His heart raced as he spotted a wooden chest bound in chains resting in the dark cavity. Determined, he decided to retrieve it. "I've got you, you heavy old chest," Tyler panted and puffed as he hoisted the heavy box to the surface. Wielding his axe, he shattered the rusty lock, and as the lid creaked open, he jumped back in surprise. "Oh my God, I've never seen such wealth." Tyler was paralyzed with shock as he gazed at a dazzling assortment of gold and diamond jewels and stacks of money. His mind raced at the thought of not having to work hard again in the sawmill. However, the cryptic warning message unsettled him. "What a strange note. Grandma lived here long back. She must know something about this." Tyler pondered and decided to visit his grandma Doris, who lived in a farmhouse 5 miles away, for answers. Jesus Christ, I never imagined the tale would be true. Doris recoiled in horror when Tyler placed the treasure chest before her and handed her the mysterious note. "What story? Do you know something about this treasure, Grandma?" Tyler pressed Doris. Reluctantly, Doris began to recount a tale from 80 years ago involving Tyler's great-grandfather Louis. "Your great-grandpa wasn't the most honest man. It happened 80 years ago in July of 1910 when Dad met his best friend at the pub and learned of a rare treasure," she began. Louis and his friend Nathan were enjoying a drink at a dimly lit pub when Nathan mentioned an enticing opportunity to become rich in one night. "Man, listen up," he whispered. "Heard the bank in the town nearby houses a rare and precious cargo." Louis's eyes lit up as he downed another drink. "Precious cargo. That's some news, Nathan." "This could be our big break," Louis said, grinning mischievously. "Yeah, no more petty scores and mugging people. It's time for the big jackpot. We do it quietly, no weapons, only wits," Nathan replied. Leaving the pub, the friends retired to Nathan's shabby house on the outskirts of town, where they plotted their heist to rob the bank. With forged documents, their last bit of savings, and a strange plan, Louis and Nathan set off toward the neighboring town the next morning. They rented an old bakery next to the bank, posing as chefs John and Peter, and even paid the greedy landlord extra money to silence him and hide their true identities. "It's been a week, and today's the big day, Nathan," Louis whispered as he arranged pastries. "Do you think it'll work?" "It's now or never, pal. Keep the bakery bustling while I get back to business." Nathan wickedly grinned as he grabbed a shovel and discreetly made his way to the back of the bakery to finish digging the secret tunnel leading to the bank vault. As Louis donned the baker's apron and tended to customers, Nathan meticulously toiled the whole day, following the markings on a roughly drawn map that revealed the vault's location. After what felt like an eternity, Nathan's efforts paid off as he kicked open a hidden panel leading to the concealed passageway. "I'm a born thief," he chuckled triumphantly and hurried to fetch his friend. In the stillness of the night, Louis and Nathan crawled through the secret passage beneath the bank's basement and made their way to the vault. Without modern alarms or advanced technology, their heist remained undetected. The week was frustrating, and after a laboring struggle, the metal door of the vault swung open. Louis and Nathan's eyes widened at the row of glistening safety deposit boxes stacked inside, each holding a potentially life-changing fortune. They broke one safe lock after another and bagged the loot when Louis noticed a strange reinforced wooden chest that stood out from the rest. "Nathan, something about this box feels strange, don't you think?" he whispered. "You told me about some precious cargo with a rare treasure. Could this be it?" "I'm not sure, pal," Nathan replied, "but it does look weird. Look at those strange carvings." Excitement surged through Louis's veins to know what was inside the box. What if it holds something valuable? "Let's take it, Nathan." When the men couldn't crack open the remaining safes, they swiftly made a decision. "All right, We'll take this chest with us along with the rest of the loot, Nathan agreed. We'll break it open at my house and share its contents. Tossing the wooden chest into the bag, Louis and Nathan crawled back to the bakery through the tunnel, making their grand escape that very night. The cops will break their heads looking for a fake John and Peter. Nathan laughed as he tried cracking open the chest back home. Damn, it's too tight, he sighed. I'm drained, pal. Take the money bundles home. I'll have this thing open by morning and we'll split the share, all right? But Louis hesitated. That's not a good idea. If my wife sees the money, she'll become suspicious. I'll come back in the morning and collect my share, Nathan. The friends agreed on the plan, but when Louis came back the next day, he was shocked. Nathan's house was locked from the inside, and Nathan didn't answer the door. Worried that Nathan had taken the treasure and run, Louis looked around and noticed an open window at the back. He climbed through and, while searching the house, found Nathan's lifeless body in the kitchen. The chest was open, and the jewels were scattered around him. Oh my God, Nathan, what happened? Louis gasped. Seeing Nathan's strange appearance, Louis guessed he had been strangled, with Nathan being the only other person who knew about the robbery now dead. Louis greedily packed the jewels into the box and drove home to enjoy his newfound wealth. What a beautiful ring. It must be worth a lot, Louis said excitedly as he picked up a sparkling ring from the chest. It reminds me of those cursed ancient artifacts. He chuckled to his wife Emily, kissing the ring. Oh, please don't tell me you and that good-for-nothing Nathan got involved in something illegal again, Emily sighed, walking away. Moments later, she heard a loud cry in their bedroom and found Louis collapsed on the floor. She quickly slipped on a glove and returned the jewels to the chest, securing it with a lock and chain. Just as Emily looked for a secret spot to hide it, she saw a hollow willow tree and hastily threw the chest inside, leaving a note warning of the curse. And this is what happened, Doris recounted. I'm afraid you found something sinister that was meant to remain in the dark. You have to get rid of it, Tyler. However, Tyler was skeptical of the curse and dismissed his grandma's concerns. But when she threatened to report the findings to the cops, he reluctantly agreed to bury the treasure chest in the woods. Tyler hugged Doris and departed with the chest in tow. However, greed overtook him when he halted his car at a red signal at an intersection. Why should I get rid of the treasure when I can become rich and not work at all? As the old saying goes, finders keepers, he chuckled greedily. Just as Tyler took the fateful decision and turned around to head home, a speeding truck rammed into his car and killed him on the spot. Hours later, Doris and Tyler's wife sat in the police station, waiting for the officer to identify the body. It happened because of these cursed treasures, Doris whispered, tears streaking down her cheeks. I don't think so, the cop said. Your grandson was in the wrong place at the wrong time. The crash was so severe that he had little chance of surviving. It's just a coincidence. As for the antiques, it's unlikely they were cursed. We tested them, and it turns out that one of the rings had a thick layer of rare poison on it. Archaeologists are still trying to figure out where the treasure came from. It looks like the gems were treated with an ancient poison to make them shine brighter and keep thieves away. Doris went pale when she heard this and left the station, heading clumsily to the morgue.